Today's topic is Divine Bond of Love and Protection and is hosted by the Brahma Kumari Saldor. So I'll do a quick introduction of the Brahma Kumaris for those that might be joining for the first time. Brahma Kumaris is a worldwide organization that spreads the messages of peace and positivity through the teachings of Raja Yoga. And I myself have benefited quite a bit as a young student using these techniques in my university life and my daily life in general. It's benefited me in terms of concentration, making sure my mindset is always on track, and just being a very calm and cool person. So today's topic is Divine Bond of Love and Protection. So those that come from the Hindu religion, and most people, they must know that Rakhi is coming up. It's on Sunday, I believe. And usually nowadays we tie the sisters tie Rakhis to the brothers. And it's also making sure that we have a bond of protection, and the brother promises to protect the sister. But today is going to be a little bit different. And our speaker, Gauthami is going to be speaking a lot about that. So a quick introduction about our speaker. She's a meditator by practice from 21 years. And after completing her lawyer's degree, MA-LLB, she was an advocate by profession for 7 years in through Brahma Kumari centers in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria, which is quite far from here, but she's tuning in all the way from there, and she's going to be telling us a lot about the divine bond of love and protection. So a warm welcome to the Gauthami Durga, joining all the way from Nigeria Lighthouse.
Thank you, Rishika. Thank you, Karnaben. And to all those who are in this platform, flowers of love, greetings of peace, and yes, congratulations for the celebration of the divine bond of love and protection. Yes, today's topic is very clear, and everyone might have heard a lot, probably hearing every year. So what new is possible is just to the other one is love, and the third one is protection. If you see history, especially Indian history, you can say mythological history as well, and or cultural history. This particular festival holds very long history. It started way back around a time which is called as heaven, which is not recorded but reported as the land of deities, the land of truth, land of happiness. Once upon a time, like El Dorado, where everyone were very happy. But in the stories, in the philosophical scriptures, the ancient scriptures that India has, the mentioning has been made about the festival being celebrated by Lord Krishna and Subhadra, his sister, tying a Rakhi to the brother. Whereas that was a land with full of happiness, no traces of sorrow, no traces of vices, no traces of any little waste. Then protection from what? The question always arises like this. And a second, after the deity kingdom, which continued from Golden Age, a bit of Silver Age, and there were emperors, kings, and queens. Even during that period, the kings were tied that thread of protection, not every time by the sisters. When they go on to the war field, the wives used to tie, give them a very spiritual farewell, giving good wishes, tying that thread on their hand, on their wrist, saying that, my Lord, may you go and win the war and return happily and healthily. It's more like a thread with very powerful, hearty good wishes. And the wife used to tie by giving a tilak on the forehead to the husbands, to the kings. And later, when the path of devotion has picked up its momentum and has been spreading widely, there are certain cultures, certain traditional systems have been noticed, wherein in every piece of worship which is being conducted by a Brahmin priest is tying a holy thread which has been colored with turmeric powder, and it's been tied on the hand. And they say that for the men, it is on the right hand, for the women, it is left, for whatever reasons it is. But the thread is offered, is given to them, is tied by him by chanting certain holy mantras that may you be always protected, may you be always happy, may you be always healthy, and may you be free from all types of obstacle. May success be your always at your doorstep. All of these things he's saying in a language which they don't understand at times, yes. But this is the essence how they tie. And then they give those good wishes and blessings. Later, it has been seen that this festival also is very, very popular and prominent because of its sanctity and purity. A sister tying it on the hand of a brother. It really rejuvenates the relationships between the sister and the brother, no matter whether they are children, whether they are grown-ups, youngsters, or they are married and departed. After the marriage, the sister might be with her family, with her in-laws, and the brother might be somewhere. But then when Rakhi comes, they cannot stop at least thinking about each other and recollecting those wonderful, loving moments that they had in the past at the childhood. But whenever time, they will just try to make it. And especially in Bharat, though the brother is very far, he would make an attempt at least to reach on that day to his sister's place and take the Rakhi, bless her, give her good wishes. And this particular custom of tying Rakhi is not just tying it on the hand, but there are a lot of things involved in it, very interesting things, very beneficiary things involved in it, because the sister first applies the tilak and then gives a nice aarti, and then ties the Rakhi, and then showers the flowers, and then takes the gift from the brother. Every part of this particular celebration is having a spiritual significance. Especially putting a tilak is with the sandalwood. I will share the spiritual significance of each and every custom that is practiced. But for now, I would like to share that the gift part is very interesting. And the brother promises, yes, my dear little lovely sister, or my elder sister. Sometimes, the sisters are very elderly and the brothers are very young. And at some places, the children do not have their sisters. Then mother ties on the name of a sister. You see, this festival is so interesting that they make sure that the sons who do not have sisters, they still celebrate and they don't feel deprived of not having a sister. Last week, I went to the neighboring state and I was tying Rakhi. There was this brother, he sat in front of me. For the first time, he has come to the Brahma Kumari Center, literally in tears. And he said, sister, I always get the Rakhi tied with my blood sister in Bharat. For the first time, somebody is tying to me because this is the first year that I'm away from Bharat, far away from my homeland and also from my family. And he was so emotional about it. You can understand Rakhi is so close to all of us. It's not that being religious, but it is being culturally, sound. It also has been seen that Bharat has been ruled by many, 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 many dynasties. They were quite a big number. Not just British rule left Bharat and made it independent India, but before that Mughals ruled, Marathas ruled, Bahmanis ruled. There are many in the list, but they all have accepted and respected this culture. It's very, very simple. That which is not impure. Dadi Prakashmani. I would like to recollect her, remind her in this particular month, because we all are cherishing and getting spiritually nourished, because this is the month that we commemorate her day of remembrance. That is her Ascension Day, which is coming up on 25th. So the whole August is very memorable for us. So every day we learn about her specialities by recollecting her lifestyle and her practices and her inspirations. She motivates like anything. So somebody came and said, Dadi, I want to have tea. Can I have tea? So Dadi said, yes, you can. But you see, tea is very bad. I can leave, but my child is very young. He also got addicted. How to help him to leave tea? So Dadi said, okay, you come after 1 week. So she said, okay, because my child really listens to you and she really admires you. If you say so, she can really listen because she's not listening to me. After 1 week, she comes back and says, Daddy, do you remember that you told us that you will talk to my daughter? And I left tea now. I'm free from the addiction, but my daughter is really seriously addicted with it. Would you like to talk today at least? Daddy says, oh, yes, I remember you came a week ago, but please give me another week and you come next week for sure. After a week again, she came and Daddy looked at her and said, okay. And she just, with a lot of love, she held the hand and she told her, child, it is not good to have tea. It is good if you can leave at this age because later it will become a serious addiction. Okay. And the child said, okay. And the mother was waiting that Daddy is going to tell more inspirational words with a lot of force, but she didn't do anything like that. And the mother said, Daddy, you could have done this earlier also. Why did you postpone this? You know what was the answer of Daddy? She said, well, earlier I also was drinking tea. I was also drinking tea. So how can I say somebody no when I am? And then Daddy said one more thing, child, I have a lot of teas to give you if you leave this cup of tea. She said, yes, Daddy, yes, leave this cup of tea and I can give you one more tea. And that is purity. And Daddy stopped there. She said, not only purity, somebody's volume is unmuted. If you want to speak, you can, but otherwise you might mute, please. So Daddy continued, the most important valuable teas in life is honesty, sincerity, serenity. You can add. Do you want to add few? Do you want to add any of you?
Generosity.
Generosity, yes. And? Lovely. Any more teas?
Simplicity.
Simplicity, yes, of course. And?
I think Gauthami, when it's from your side, nobody's phone is, its noise is coming from there.
Well, in this room only I am sitting, there's no
Asha hai karna ben? Hai? Asha ka, Asha. Asha ka. Okay, I'll mute her. Okay, thank you.
Honesty.
Honesty, yes, certainly. Very
Royalty.
important. Royalty, yes, of course. That's so beautiful, so powerful.
Divinity.
Divinity, yes, of course. And any more teeth? We have so many branded.
Purity.
Purity, yes, of course.
Clarity.
Clarity, yes, certainly. Without which it is very difficult to practice anything. Clarity is very, very important. So we accumulated so many teas. In case if you just, in silence, if you think you have so many teas, you don't need to really be fond of any tea to drink by putting in a cup. But in this cup of mind, in this cup of intellect, you can pour all these teas, right from the morning till the evening. Morning, one tea, morning you can have purity, evening you can have honesty, next morning you can have sincerity, then simplicity. They are the jewels, they are the things that nourish, add value to our inner self. So the purity is a basis for this particular festival. Well, let me just give you only 3 questions about this festival. Number 1, who needs protection? Still the little disturbance is there. I request if anybody, thank you so much. Question number 1, who needs protection? Question number 2, from whom the protection is to be sought? Question number 3, who can protect? Who is the protector? I repeat, who needs protection, from whom we need protection, and who can protect, or who is the protector? So let's deal with one question. Number 1, who needs protection? Who needs protection?
I think all of us.
All of us. Who are all of us?
The soul needs the protection.
Soul needs it, but my God, you're all so spiritually inclined.
Weak person need protection.
Pardon, please?
Weak person need protection.
Person need protection.
If I'm strong, Baba's with me. It's
True. On a physical level, we are all absolutely okay. In fact, whatever virus might be coming or whatever is happening around, we still know how to protect ourselves physically. Our food, we are really taking care. It has to be hygienic. It has to be organic. It has to be like this. So we are taking care of our food. We are not missing the time. We are taking meals in time. And also we are taking care of our tastes. So we are very happy. And then the clothes that we wear, everything, and the health and the environment, the home that we are living, the hygiene standards that we maintain, and the social health, and then the financial health, all types of things we are really taking care, and they're all very much protected, isn't it? There is something which is unprotected. Very easily it gets into unprotected zone without your permission, which is within you. I, the being inside the body, have a mind in my inner anatomy, has intellect and resolves. So it's my mind which is my close friend, and I constantly have inner dialogue. But sometimes we see our mind gets into an area which is completely unprotected, without our permission, without having any notice. And finally, when we notice, many at times the time might have passed. And we want to control, and it will be so difficult. And at times there will be storms of emotions, storms of aggressions within anger and irritation or anxiety.
Maya,
Yes, different forms too. So there are different such forms, whether you can call it as Maya, Ravan, Satan, Shaitan, whichever religion, whichever language, the form is one, because enemy is one. And that one is within this one and in everyone. So when we just understand this, that we all have our enemy within us, and the protection should be from the enemy. That is the answer for the second question. Who needs protection? The inner being.
We all need protection.
We more than we, I think it is I need protection. The more we take it personifically, you personify it. then the answer will be more powerful and practical. And so I, the soul, need protection. Number 2, from whom? From the inner enemy, whichever name, as you all said. But let me list the form of it. When I list the form, probably you can understand the 10-headed beast, which looks like human, but 1, anger, lust, greed, attachment, ego, jealousy, hatred, carelessness, laziness, and fears. There are plenty, and each one has its own big dynasty. And all of these are there ruling our inner world. Once upon a time, we were the sovereigns of our inner world. We were the masters, but now we are not. Somebody else is ruling. Our remote is with them. Well, partially we take it, but partially we lose it. So losing our remote is getting into an unprotected zone. It's my mind, but it is not working according to me because I know what is right and wrong. Knowingly will not be able to practice what is right. Knowingly will not be able to practice to stop what is wrong. And this inability, this powerlessness, helplessness, we become very helpless when our own mind gets into other arenas of unprotected zones. And then finally, we know this is not right and it should be like this. And so here actually meditation comes up which helps us to strengthen our mind and to empower our intellect and to balance the inner world, wherein our decisions will be taken in time. And everything is so balanced and disciplined. And therein we experience the inner purity. Purity means fearlessness, wiselessness, tirelessness, all put together. Purity is something which doesn't allow you to experience sorrow at all. On the contrary, all this list of big vices, especially the leader one, is a lust, which really brings a storm of sorrow, because all through the beginning, middle, and end, lust is nothing but sorrow and sorrow. Not just one, but anger, greed, all of them, they just can only give sorrow, confusion, and constantly we keep committing mistakes. Well, coming back to purity here, in this particular 3 questions that we are dealing with, the second is from whom, that is from the inner enemy. And who can protect us? Whoever is going to protect, he should never get into unprotected zone. He should be constantly full with all that which needs in protection, isn't it? And number 3, he should never be part of those who need protection. See, one is those who need protection, and the other is those who can protect. If you see in the whole creation, who needs protection? Everyone in one voice say, all of us need. Well, all of us are there in this, then who is there on this side? Certainly not, none of them, not even partially, at any point of time, can switch over, because this area is totally different and this area is totally different. And like Karuna Didi said, the weak needs protection. So all those here who feels I need protection have some or other weaknesses. And in this side, the protector is free from all the weaknesses. That is the reason he is able to protect at any point of time. Because in his praise, it is said, your ocean of peace, ocean of love, ocean of wisdom, ocean of purity. And that's why he's called as purifier. Purifier. One who purifies the impure from pure. So in the process of purification, this particular task of purification is given only to one protector. So he protects means he purifies and removes the impurities. This one protector is not part of the cycle, is not part of the creation. He is a resident of the land beyond. And he has a particular role to play, and he comes in a particular time to play his role, because he's a director and he's a principal actor, he's a hero. When he comes, everyone gets attracted to him because he's the one who can give protection. But in the due course of the cycle, many know that we cannot be protector with each other. And there is no protector in this physical world. And we all know the protector is beyond this creation, beyond this physical world, and he's only one. Knowing all these facts, still we are wandering. Still we are completely not connected because of not being knowing the self. When we practice within, that's when can be easy to be connected to him. So having complete knowledge about he and his form and his role and his time, because he purifies only the impure, and he purifies actually the human souls. So once the human souls are purified, then the whole world, the whole creation can be purified on the basis of it. So which means he has a time to purify. He comes into the world when the whole world is impure. Not even one shall remain pure. So when he enters into this world, then he starts his task of purification. And that is only through giving his wisdom. His wisdom is only to purify the souls. Because the soul is not physical. The soul is subtle, invisible, incorporeal, incognito, eternal, imperishable. So with all these characteristics, it is understood the soul cannot be purified anything that belongs to the physical world. The physical world can be purified with the physical things. If I want to purify or cleanse this particular cup, then I need to use certain detergents, certain cleansers, isn't it? Which is made in this world. But then the soul is not made with all of these things. So you cannot purify with the water or with any type of things. So then here, the role of the protector, that's a supreme soul who is a full in everything, he shall come in a time where the whole world is impure, and he shall give the knowledge that purifies the soul. And by listening to this knowledge, only through him, the soul shall get purified. Now, this is a time which is happening. And what is happening, I'll speak about the spiritual significance of the different things that we are seeing in the traditional way of celebration, that is putting the tilak. They use sandalwood, and this sandalwood is used basically even by the doctors, ancient Ayurvedic doctors, because it is called as a healing medicine. On burns, they put sandalwood. Anything that is, if there's headache, they put sandalwood. And if there is any pains, they put sandalwood. Sandalwood is considered to be the most sacred medicine, which can be applied without any side effects by the ancient Ayurvedic doctors in India. And here, the sandalwood is applied. And what is really need to be healed is the inner soul, inner self, the soul, the spirit needs to be healed. And so they apply that tilak. Well, so the sandalwood is in golden color, which is also simile to say a symbolizing way to understand that the soul is here, and it's just a small bindya point of light, and it is just gold, pure gold. Gold and purity, they go hand in hand. That's why they use chandan, that is sandalwood. Sandalwood is in the color of gold, and the soul is pure gold. And the soul is having so many ignorant aggressions and vices and weaknesses. To heal the soul, they put the chandan here. And somebody put like this as well. Somebody can apply complete from here to here in the path of devotion. But the truth is, this is the way to have, it's just a symbolic representation to feel who you are and how you are. And it speaks, it's a, what you call, it is something where it reminds you that you are a point of light, a master in this body. And the second thing what they do is tie the Rakhi. Rakhi has two. So a Rakhi has two threads. So there are, in this particular bond, there are two things. What are the two things needed in any relationship? What are the two things that is needed in any relationship?
Love.
Yes, you're very much right. And the second one?
Trust.
Respect.
Thank you for being so prompt. One is certainly love, and two is certainly trust or faith. I would like to show you. We have such big Rakhis, which has come from for the center. And this is one of the Rakhi. Can you open and give me, sister? So I have a beautiful Rakhi to show all of you because it's online. Otherwise, I would have tied to all of you. First and foremost, my beautiful Rakhi is to the Karuna Didi, the instrument. And so here, I would like to show you this. In this particular Rakhi, as you see, there are some faces. These people seriously practiced purity, all types of purity. This is the lady I was talking about, Dadi Prakashmani, and she is called as Mama. And here we have Baba. They practiced all types of purity. That is purity of mind, purity of food, purity of relationship, purity of finance, that is income, and purity of actions, and purity of body, and purity of everything. So to a great extent, to a great level, see, practice makes you to understand things more deeply than just speaking about it. As I'm practicing now, I really understand what exactly is this about. Earlier, I was not really paying more attention, but when I learned knowledge, then I understood what I am really blessed with. This is the truth. And I'm offering this particular Rakhi to all of you. So may you enjoy the Rakhi, and there is a point of light here. And it means that I, the soul, am a point of light. Wonderful. Sister Amila is showing her Rakhi. Great. And everyone is celebrating. Great. Lovely.
Yes,
so
we're all celebrating Rakhi, Sister Gauthami.
Lovely. Lovely. And you all have given your right hand, isn't it? Giving right hand to tie the Rakhi.
This is my Rakhi, sister.
Wonderful, Urmila Ben. Looking so beautiful. Lovely.
Thank you.
From Global House.
Global yesterday and got
Global. Oh, lovely. Great.
They
Wow.
all had yesterday and last night and continue for 4 days.
Ooh, the season is on. Rakhi is in the air. Everyone is thinking about it. Everyone is. He also trusts us. So we should not commit any breach of love or breach of trust in this relationship, because things are quite, something is invisible, something is visible. This is visible, but this is invisible and he is invisible. You all are aware about the Brahma Kumari's way of doing things, and especially the drishti. And by constantly being in this spiritual connection, you really experience your inner purity and also the purity of the soul that is sitting in front. You just don't need to do much of efforts in experiencing or practicing purity. You just have to be aware that you are a pure soul. This vision towards the self itself invokes the purity which is in a dormant stage at present. If this inner purity is invoked, then you are not called as an ordinary being. You are a Shakti, a special soul with the power to do what is right, with the power to stop what is not right. Nowadays, human beings lost this power to discern, to understand what is right and what is not. That's why you can see in the whole world what's happening. People have lost their power to discern, power to understand what is right and what is wrong. If they would understand, they won't create so much of fear, so much of whatever you're seeing. I don't need to take the names of the countries that are creating such havoc and fear on the name of religion, on the name of their ideologies, you know. That's why this festival spreads love, spreads humanitarian values, spreads universal fraternal feelings. And so I have this particular Rakhi tray for all of you. So you should put some flowers as well. Yeah, there's just 2 flowers here. So here I have a Rakhi tray for all of you, and it has a tilak, which is sandalwood, and all these are beautiful blessing cards. And I would like to pick up one blessing. See, are the flowers nice? This is called as Shivanti in Hindi. I do not know what you call, but they're so beautiful and subtle in their fragrance. I can't tell you. Sister, give me the bowl. It looks so beautiful. You see these beautiful natural flowers? They have such beautiful fragrance, I can't tell you. And I'm sure I am experiencing the spiritual fragrance sitting here by looking at all your lovely faces. And so I'm picking up one blessing for our Karuna Didi because she is our mother. You are an introverted soul who speaks with peace, walks with humility, and understands with love. I want everyone to give a round of applause. Yay! So sharing of blessings and sharing of sweets, becoming a festival that makes us sweet and nothing, not just eating sweets, but it sweetens our mind with this feeling. And also, let me tell those who do not have sisters, you always have us. We Brahma Kumari sisters always welcome you and with wholeheartedly give the spiritual Rakhi and remind you that you are constantly under godly protection. Nothing can happen to you. Maybe it's an illness, maybe it's some disease, some weakness of the body, or some problem in the relationship, or some financial problems, whatever type it might be. Just don't worry, because you are constantly protected under God's canopy of protection. God's love, God's peace, God's wisdom, God's purity is showered on you. What more is needed? Be always full and content. Experience that full, who is full eternally. In everything, He is filling me constantly. When I'm under His canopy, when I'm filled by the full, I am fulfilled. And whatever I want, it follows me. It follows me because they're all my shade. No, we have shade which is just close to us because we are under the sun. The shade is always just very close. So all those that we need in this physical world, they're all just shade. Maybe matter of time. Now, little later, have patience, have self-respect, have faith in yourself, have faith in your relationship with Him. Creator would never leave, would never let us go, just like that. So the hope in ourselves and the faith in Him and the faith in our future can recreate heaven in our life, which is already there, but some sort of forgetfulness, dust of forgetfulness is there. And we just need to, and then that's it. You just have to clear the dust and see the reality. Maybe it is not visible at this moment, but it is soon going to be clear. Like that avium, I just, you can help me. Very old productions are there. I don't remember, AV production, something like that. When they come up, you don't know what is, but normally these AV productions, they show a wonderful movie, wonderful story. And when it starts, everyone just forget where are they, who is next to them. And that's you. You are a super actor. He is our director. In my story, I can never fail because I am a hero in my story. And I'm connected to the director. The actor who is connected to the director is always a super hit. So are we director-actor? Are we acting actors? An acting actor at times will take a role of a director and keep pointing out others, listen, you don't do like this, listen, this is not right, listen, if you do like that, I'll be happy. Why did you do like that? You know I don't like it. You're correcting others and you're taking out a role of director. Every time we'll not be successful when we correct people, don't really accept our corrections. Though we do it with some benevolent ideas, but still. So taking a director's role is very tough, and becoming an actor, director-actor is very good. We become successful actors, our story will become eternally the best love story. You understand? So we are those director actors whose story is eternally super hit because our connection is constant with the divine. This is the essence of the divine bond. Those who have the courage to practice, to maintain this bond with him, he who is the invisible and he who is most authentic. Something which is visible is not real, but something which is invisible is constantly real. So choice is ours to be focusing on that which is visible, but not real, or focusing that which is on invisible, which is real. Our destination can be easily reached depending on our focus. So make a good choice, take a Rakhi, be connected to the divine, and enjoy this relationship with the invisible one. You will be constantly showered with that love, his peace, and whatever is needed in life that shall make you strong to face all the storms and stand to inspire everybody with full strength and with always a smile on your face. Congratulations for this Rakhi. Thank you for your time. And thank you, Karuna-ben.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Sister
Happy,
Gauthami, for
happy
this
Raksha Bandhan.
amazing Raksha Bandhan. I just want to say thank you so much for your passionate insight into Rakhi and the detail that you've gone through. And I still remember, I think like 6 years ago or 8 years ago when she was actually here in Southall, and she actually tied Rakhi to everyone in the shops, doesn't matter which religion they're from, what they sell. She went to everyone, including the hairdressers, including everyone, and she tied Rakhi, and I still remember how happy everyone was. And I think
the credit goes to Karuna Didi as well.
Yeah.
No, I was only making the tollies. I was only making the tollies.
They really like the
inspiration
tollies
that you
as well.
gave, the inspiration that you gave, whatever I said, you never discouraged me. And you said, yeah, sure. And when the Rakhi finishes, you used to tell, listen, Gauthami, we have to get Rakhis from Global House. We will get more for you, but you continue. Thank you. Really, I can't forget that cooperation, enthusiasm, and support what Karuna Didi has given.
Yes.
That was something different we done in South Lynn that year.
Yes, please.
Yes, and also the final message was very clear as well, that Rakhi is everything that we can see is just limited, that it's going to one day go. One day your Rakhi might break, might get old, but it's just a reminder of something that is constant, and that what's constant is the divine bond. And I think that was very well said, so round of applause And so before we finish, would you like to do a 2-minute meditation? So all of us here can unite and have that bond of love and protection.
Om Shanti. Take a deep, long breathing and breathe out gently. You can sit comfortably, straight. Just take care that the back doesn't get touched to anything. Shoulders down, neck straight, and eyes gently opened. Breathe in gently and breathe out. As you breathe in, you feel that you're experiencing peace. As you breathe out, all that we don't need is getting out. Feel your essence. I, the master of my life. I am the being in this body. I'm the one who is looking through these eyes. I'm the one who is listening through these ears. I'm the one who is speaking and using all the organs of the body. This is my kingdom, physical kingdom. As a king, I rule my mind. I rule my body. As I see, mind, intellect, and all the subtle faculties are my subjects. My kingdom is very peaceful. There's so much righteousness and understanding in the kingdom. I, the being, sometimes experience that these inner subjects act out of control. Act under the influence of the weaknesses. Knowingly, as a master, I'm not able to heal them, control them. I choose to take the help from Supreme Source, who is constant and who is full. I see him, the Supreme Source, the Supreme Protector, the Supreme Creator, in that supreme abode of light. I allow myself to be under the shower of the rays of light from that supreme being of light. Constantly, I experience the light of ocean of peace being showered on me. And these rays of light is entering into me. My subtle organs and my physical organs, everything is gently and gradually getting filled with peace. I'm relating myself taking my Rakhi from him as he's my protector. I relate all relationships to him in this form of being incorporeal. I the point of light, and he the point of light as well. We share all relationships. He's my father. He's my mother. He's my friend. He's my guide. He's my brother. He's my sister. I experience all relationships with him. I experience the shower of all powers of him. I feel I'm full with his light of peace, light of love, light of wisdom, light of purity. And all the powers. I feel totally protected, safe from all the different visible and invisible viruses. And I'm ready to help others. To explore this spiritual zone of protection, where they also can experience closeness, spiritual powers, and protection from the one Almighty Authority, Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you for your
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Gauthami Ben, and for everyone that has tuned in this evening, and also those in the webcast. I see a hand up from Asha Galaxy. Would you like to ask a question?
No, I think by mistake. Super raised by mistake.
Okay, that's fine. So thank you everyone for tuning in for today's Friday talk, and please do tune in next time and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Om
Gauthami
Shanti.
Ben. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Gauthami Ben.
Thank you, Kavita Ben.
Thank you, Ji.
Give our regard to Reva
Thank you,
Didi.
Gauthami Ben.
Sure, sure. And enjoy this toli.
Yeah.
This is
I can't see
made
the
with
totally.
pineapple.
Wow.
It's very yummy.
Thank you.
Very, yeah,
Thank
it is yummy.
Are you based in Lagos?
Tasty.
Yes, based in Lagos.
We're going to make it. We're
which
going to make
address?
it tomorrow.
Is it 401? Which address are you? 12 or?
12 Shagamu.
Yeah, okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
you. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.